Hey everybody, here's a quick tutorial on how to get your career assignment going this week. If you go into week 8 and you're going to find up at the top of the page should be a career assignments folder. Once you get into that, there should only be 4 things that you can see at this point. So the top one is your career assignments. So as long as you filled out the request form for what a career you wanted to pick, I assigned you one, and for the most part, you got one of your first couple of choices, especially if you're one of the first people to fill it out. If you were a little slow, you might not have got your first choice, but if you're looking for which career you got assigned, please look in this to find the answer to that. If you have not picked one or your name's not on there, send me a message and I will help you find one. So now that you have your career, you have to do a little bit of research. The next link is just to a Google Doc, and the Google Doc just shows you all the questions you have to answer. So if you want to print this out and kind of fill it out as you go, or you just want to look at it and take notes somewhere so that you have the information, the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to fill out the information, because it's a Google form that you're going to fill the answer out to. So questions you have to answer: so how many years of school are required, and what were the degrees you graduate with? Do you need more than one? So for example, I have a bachelor's degree in athletic training, but if you go to school to become an athletic trainer now, you don't get a bachelor's, you get something else. So I know someone picked that, so I won't spoil the answer. Where can you work with this degree? Try to do a little extra research into this. Some people, some careers are pretty one trick ponies. They can only work in this specific area. But some of the other medical fields have a really broad range, like nurses, for example. There is all sorts of different types of jobs you can work as a nurse. What are the normal hours you work? Specific with those hours, do you work weekends, holidays, nights, shift work, on call? So just kind of look at what are the actual hours. A lot of people don't realize that you might end up working on call or have to work on the holidays, and sometimes that's not super fun. What's the starting annual salary for your first job with no experience? Using one online .org, you can look up your median annual salary for the career, specifically nationally in Minnesota. So if I click on this real quick, it'll take you to this website, and you can literally just type in your job. So obviously I've looked up athletic trainer before, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of things. So instead of giving you the answers for athletic trainer, I'm just going to do I don't know, let's go coaches and scouts. Once you pick the career, you can go down and it tells you a lot of different information. You can find out about education on here. You can probably find quite a few of your answers by going through this. But if you scroll down far enough, it will actually tell you what your median wage will be for Mississippi, it looks like. But you're going to go in and find Minnesota. You hit Minnesota, and it'll actually tell you the answers for Minnesota, what's average, what's low, what's starting, kind of thing, and give you kind of information like that. And it even breaks it down sometimes based on what area in the state you're at. Okay. If I go back, you can also just look at national employment too. So that's wages, and this is like how many jobs will there be available. So if we go to Minnesota again for a coach and scout, projected growth for 2016 to 2026 is 15%. Projected annual job openings, 740. So every year there's about 740 positions available. Compare that to nationally in the United States. Some of the jobs you pick, when you look at this, you're going to find out that there's very few jobs actually available in the state of Minnesota. And that's kind of an important thing to understand. In the state of Minnesota in 2016, there's about 4,700 people in the state that work as a coach or a scout. Okay, so use that website. It gives you a bunch of information. You can find the job growth in that website, and this that's what I was just talking about. How many jobs will there be available in the next 10 years? And again, another one using that website. Is there high burnout? You're going to have to look somewhere else to find this, and I want to know why. Okay, not just yes but yes and then why. And then down here, this is going to be the hardest question. Okay, what is an average day like in this career? What do you do all day long? This should be your longest response. You need to do some research. Figure out how many patients you'll see. What about paperwork? Like, what does it actually look like during a day to do this job. Okay. So once you've gotten all those answers, if you go back into the career folder, this link right here. So career assignment form to fill out, turn your assignment in by filling out the form. So you're literally going to put your name first and last, name of your career, and all those same questions are right here. You're just going to, some of them are you can just click on them, but otherwise it's mostly short answer, and you're going to fill it out. Again, that last question, this should be a paragraph or so. Shouldn't be a one sentence answer. Okay. Once you get it all filled out, hit the submit. And then what's going to happen is we're all going to be able to see everybody's response. And so your secondary assignment is you're going to go back and look at what other people have filled out. Okay. So week 8, career assignments, fill that out. Okay. If you have any questions, shoot me a message and I will try to help.